Are you like me and have little time to meet all the standards that you have to teach within a year? Or maybe your district lacks a curriculum to follow, leaving you feeling overwhelmed or not knowing where to go? If so, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, my name is Bridget Spackman. I'm a multi-age teacher in Central Pennsylvania. I teach 4th, 5th, and 6th grade learners across all areas. I have a passion for ELA, authentic instruction, and rigorous teaching. When I first started teaching 4th grade ELA, I struggled with the separation of each component of literacy instruction. I had a reading block, a writing block, a grammar time, and word study. Everything was planned and taught in isolation. This meant that I was planning for 4 separate lessons, not including small group. It was overwhelming. After my first year in upper elementary, I knew there had to be a better way, and it was all sparked when I was teaching a writing lesson that gave me an aha moment. Reading and writing are connected. We've always known this as teachers, but we've never taken the time to find a way to combine them in a way that helps students and us. This is when the Bridging Literacy method was created. Bridging Literacy is built around 6 units that focus on a type of writing: personal narratives, creative narratives, argumentative, and so on. Within each unit, there are 4 lessons that are tied to a specific reading target. These lessons will ensure that your instruction is properly scaffolded so that you hit all of the standards by the end of the year. As students work through the units, they will analyze text to help them as writers. After all, we need to see what others are doing as exemplars in order to be able to make it our own. Mark Twain always said, "There is no such thing as a new idea. It is impossible. We simply take a lot of old ideas and put them into a mental kaleidoscope. We give them a turn and make them into new and curious combinations. We keep on turning and making new combinations indefinitely, but they are the same old pieces of colored glass that have been used through all the ages." So there is no need to reinvent the wheel. Let's look for ways to make writing easier for our students. Bridging Literacy is here to help. Now let's take a look at a single unit. Inside of a unit are 4 reading skills or strategies. Each lesson is then broken down into 5 parts. These 5 parts make up my lesson for an entire week, give or take. The first part is an engaging lesson with the text and asking and answering questions and, of course, vocabulary. This is 1 lesson for the day. The second part of each lesson consists of the reading skill or strategies. This is where students will analyze a text through a teacher model, group and partner practice, and then also finally through independent practice. The third part is where the writing comes into play. This is when students will take the knowledge and skills analyzed and be able to apply that into their own writing. So if we're working on characters and how they change in a story, then we want to make sure that we're developing those characters in our own writing. If we're working to analyze the setting of a text, then we need to take that learning and then apply it as writers. In the 4th part of each lesson, students are working with grammar, sentence structure, punctuation, and word study. And then in the final part of each lesson consists of a reflection. This can be tied to a reading response and getting kids to really back up their learning using examples from the lessons of the week. This is also a great time to conference with students and set new goals in order to help them grow. By the end of the lesson, students have a defined writing that they have published and celebrated as a class. Each day, I teach 1 lesson. I have a 60-minute class period for ELA, and I only plan 1 lesson, and I remediate and differentiate where needed. By using this method, I know that I will be covering every bit of language arts standards for my students by the end of the year. No more spending hours planning. No more having to worry about 2, 3, 4 lessons. No more stress or confusion over where I am going and what I am teaching next. If you're interested in learning more about these units and getting started with simplifying your lessons and teaching, then check out my free cheat sheet by visiting bit.ly/BL cheat sheet. I also have a full week vlog where I share how the lessons are broken down each day. You can check that video out for a detailed version by following the link down in the description box. So let's stop over planning and overwhelming our students. Let's start with real simple learning.